That's all right.
No. It's so. My first question was why are we required to have a nonprofit? Can the volunteer fire department not do their own fundraising? When I met with you a couple months ago, that was a question I asked. I mean, is there a state requirement that a volunteer fire department have a nonprofit to raise money for them?
I don't know of a requirement.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it's like, why do we have the Fire Association? It was because, to me, the answer, if I understood it right, would be so that this money would go straight to the fire department and not go through the city's monies.
I think one could make the argument that if you're giving to the fire department directly, then you're actually funding something the city should be funding to begin with.
Okay. And so the $1 million or whatever that the Fire Association has given to the fire department all came from donations from Windcrest citizens, right?
And they did.
Okay. Huh? No?
Oh.
Well, I mean, fill the boot. If that was, obviously that's money that,
and
that
those
people
that were
yes,
coming
exactly.
in to look
Okay,
at
all right.
it.
You mean all right? Oh,
Okay.
All right. You're right.
Okay.
Technically,
Okay.
if they're passing through and they put money in the boot. That's what you're talking about. Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess one of my concerns with this agreement is the city charter and our code of ordinance says something different than them just doing fundraising. And it's kind of my understanding that you can't contract with someone to do something in violation or that is different from our ordinance. So it says that they are responsible for the volunteer fire and medical personnel. And so that's more than just fundraising. I'm not saying that this can't be changed, but to me, these changes need to be made before you enter into an agreement with someone to do something that is against, really, in violation of the ordinance.
I think you could certainly approve these with the caveat that the ordinance would be updated.
Yeah, but also in their bylaws, unless they changed their bylaws since June, it did say that they are part of their mission is to provide manpower. So it just seems like these things need to be changed before you go and say we're only going to do fundraising. I'm not saying that isn't all we need, that maybe that's all we need the Fire Association to do, but I think everything else needs to be modified and brought into line before you pass a contract with someone to do something that's different than what they say they're going to do and say what we want them to do. I just think this contract should wait until all of these things have been corrected and it's seamless. It's all saying the same thing instead of different things.
I agree.
Let me. I'll wait till you're done.
Huh?
All right.
Wait till you're done. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that would make more sense to me, and that would be smoother, cleaner, and everybody would be on the same page. But also part of that contract says that the funds will benefit the city's fire department and other community programs supported by the association. When I give money to the volunteer fire department, I want all my money to go to the volunteer fire department. I don't know what these other programs are, and if the association wants to take up funds and make donations, separate, but any money that I give that I think is going to the volunteer fire department, I want it to go to the fire department, not anybody else. Okay. And if you're going to do it, it should be outlined what those programs are, because then people can decide if that's what they want to support or not.
Okay.
That's exactly what my questions were, basically the same thing. Because with the money that is collected, if we let the city, this is what brought on the problems with the fire department and the city, first of all, is the finance. The money was never, we asked questions, and we never answered. Then we get thrown, we're the bad people because we ask questions about the finance. And you're right. If you have an association, the association raises money. The money should go, any monies that raise should still go through the city if the city is still responsible for what happens. I don't understand. One of the problems what we have, the money that was raised was used for politics, for other organizations. Citizens, when they donate their money, they're thinking they're giving it to the fire department. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
What's the agenda item?
Hold on for just a second. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.